Everything starts with how you think. It's the engine driving your entire reality. Most people live their entire lives as prisoners of circumstance, never realizing they hold the master key to their own liberation. Your thoughts aren't just passive observers of reality, they're the architects of it. In this video, I'll show you the science behind the mind-body connection, why belief is more powerful than most people realize, and practical steps to start taking control of your mental power today. But first, we need to talk about the two forces running the show, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. If you don't understand how these two work together or against each other, you'll stay stuck in the same cycle forever. First, you've got your conscious mind. This is the part you're using right now as you watch this video. It's your awareness, your logical thinking, your decision-making center. But here's what nobody tells you. This part of your mind is severely limited. It can only focus on one thing at a time. It's slow as hell, and it only operates in the present moment. Your conscious mind is like the captain of a massive ship. It gives orders and thinks it's in control, but it's only seeing what's on the surface. And this is exactly why most people fail when they try to manifest or create change. They're only using this tiny fraction of their mental power and wondering why nothing happens. Don't be one of those people who keeps hitting the same wall over and over again because they don't understand the basics of their own mind. Now let's talk about the real powerhouse, the subconscious mind. This thing is an absolute beast compared to your conscious mind. It's processing millions of bits of information every second while your conscious mind is still trying to remember where you put your keys. Your subconscious runs everything beneath the surface, your heartbeat, your breathing, your digestion, all without you having to think about it for a single second. But here's where it gets real. Your subconscious is where all your deep programming lives. Every belief you have about yourself, about money, about relationships, about what's possible for you, it's all stored down there like files on a hard drive. And guess what? Most of that programming was installed when you were a child before you even had the ability to question it. I need you to understand something very clearly. Your subconscious mind is running the show. Period. It doesn't matter what affirmations you're saying or what vision board you've created. If your subconscious believes something different, you're done. If you consciously want to be rich, but your subconscious is programmed to believe money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy, you will sabotage yourself every single time. This is why most people fail at manifestation. They're trying to override over 30 years of subconscious programming with a few conscious thoughts, and then they wonder why the universe isn't delivering. The universe isn't ignoring you. Your own mind is blocking you. So how do we bridge this gap? One of the most powerful tools is visualization. And I'm not talking about some half-assed daydreaming while you're scrolling through Instagram. I'm talking about deliberate, intense, emotionally charged visualization that engages all your senses. When you visualize with this level of intensity, you're speaking the language of the subconscious, images, feelings, sensations. You're essentially reprogramming your mental operating system. When you do this consistently, your subconscious starts to align with what you're visualizing. It begins to accept this new reality as truth. And once that happens, your entire energy shifts. You start taking different actions, noticing different opportunities, and moving toward your desires without even trying. Let me make something crystal clear. The connection between your mind and physical reality is backed by hard science. Take quantum physics, for example, the most advanced field of physics we have. And what does it tell us? That at the subatomic level, particles don't behave until they're observed. Scientists call this the observer effect, and it's not up for debate. It's a documented phenomenon that's been replicated countless times. What does this mean for you? It means the universe is responsive to consciousness. It means that your awareness, your focus, your intention, they're all influencing the physical world around you at the most fundamental level. The greatest minds in quantum physics, Niels Bohr, Werner Heisenberg, Max Planck, they all came to the same conclusion. Consciousness and physical reality are inseparable. Planck literally said, "I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." This is one of the founders of quantum theory telling you that your mind comes before matter, not the other way around. Most people have it backwards. They think the physical world dictates their experience. They're living life like victims of circumstance instead of creators of reality. Now let's dive into some mind-blowing science that proves your thoughts are literally reshaping your reality. We're talking about neuroplasticity, the brain's superpower to reorganize itself. Every single thought you have is creating new neural pathways in your brain. When you focus on positive, empowering thoughts, you're not just feeling good, you're physically rewiring your brain for success. You're building new highways for abundance, confidence, and achievement. On the flip side, when you indulge in negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, you're strengthening those neural pathways too. So ask yourself, which pathways are you reinforcing right now? But it gets even crazier. There's a whole field of science called psychoneuroimmunology that shows how your thoughts directly impact your physical health. I'm not talking about some vague mind-body connection. I'm talking about measurable changes in your immune system based on what's going on in your head. Studies shown that stress and negative thinking can literally weaken your immune system. You're making yourself more susceptible to illness just by the way you think. You have the power to strengthen your body's defenses just by changing your mental state. Your thoughts aren't just abstract concepts floating around in your head. They're tangible forces that are shaping your health, your success, and every aspect of your life right now. So the next time someone tells you that the power of thought is just wishful thinking, you hit them with the science. Your mind isn't just influencing your reality, it's creating it from the ground up. And once you start consciously directing your thoughts, instead of letting them run on autopilot, that's when you'll start seeing real changes in your life. I need you to understand something very clearly. Belief isn't just some fluffy concept, it's the absolute foundation of everything you'll ever manifest. Your beliefs are literally the blueprint for your entire reality. Whatever you deeply believe about yourself, about money, about relationships, that's exactly what you'll experience in your physical world. At the core of this is self-belief. If you don't believe you deserve success or that you're capable of achieving it, you're already dead in the water. Your actions will always align with your deepest beliefs, not with your conscious wishes. This is why so many people set goals they never reach. Their subconscious beliefs are completely misaligned with their conscious desires. Most people are walking around with limiting beliefs that are incapacitating them at every turn. I'm not smart enough. Success requires struggle. Money doesn't grow on trees. These aren't just harmless thoughts. They're mental prison cells that keep you trapped in the same patterns year after year. The universe seeks to magnify the state of consciousness you're in. If your consciousness is filled with doubt and limitation, that's exactly what will be reflected back to you. Reality is a placebo, and that placebo is driven by your particular belief. This isn't some mystical concept. It's how your brain is wired to function. To change your reality, you must engage in mental alchemy, the process of transforming lead into gold. You need to identify those limiting beliefs and systematically replace them with empowering ones. When you tell yourself, I am worthy of abundance, or I attract success effortlessly, your subconscious eventually accepts these as truth. The law of attraction is a fundamental principle of energy. The vibration you put out through your beliefs is exactly what comes back to you. If you believe opportunities are scarce, guess what you'll find? If you believe abundance flows easily, that becomes your reality. Alright, let's dive into visualization, a game-changing tool for manifesting your desires. It's a powerful technique that rewires your brain and aligns your subconscious with your goals. Here's the deal. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize with intensity, you're creating new neural pathways as if you're actually living your desired reality. This primes your mind for success and makes it easier to take action towards your goals. But here's the secret sauce: emotion. You can't just create a mental picture, you need to feel it. The stronger the emotion, the more powerful the impact on your subconscious. Imagine walking into your dream home. Don't just see it. Feel the excitement, the pride, the sense of accomplishment. That emotional charge is what makes visualization so potent. I will make a full video on advanced visualization techniques. But for now, here are the basics. Use all your senses. Make it a full sensory experience. Be consistent. Daily practice strengthens those neural connections. Get specific. The more details, the clearer your path becomes. Feel it. Let those emotions fuel your manifestation. When you combine visualization with unwavering belief, you're setting yourself up for profound transformation. Your mind is the ultimate creative force. Visualization is how you harness it. Most practitioners fail because they underestimate the depth of neural programming required. Your subconscious operates on a quantum frequency that must be consistently recalibrated. Begin with targeted visualization sessions during theta wave states, typically upon waking or before sleep when the critical faculty between conscious and subconscious is most permeable. During these sessions, engage in what I call sensory immersion, a practice where you're not merely picturing your desired reality but encoding it across all sensory channels. Feel the texture of success against your skin. Taste the flavor of accomplishment. Hear the specific sounds of your achieved goals. This multisensory encoding creates stronger neural imprints than visual imagery alone. When resistance surfaces, and it will, recognize it as valuable feedback rather than an obstacle. These moments reveal the exact frequency misalignments between your conscious desires and subconscious programming. Instead of fighting these thoughts, use what I call quantum questioning. Ask yourself, what must I believe is true for this thought to exist? This reveals the underlying belief structure that needs reconfiguration. Then apply the principle of mental transmutation. Consciously shift your awareness to the opposite polarity of that belief while maintaining emotional coherence. Remember, the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to your energetic signature. Resistance indicates an energetic contradiction that must be resolved before manifestation can occur. Your environment generates fields of consciousness that either amplify or diminish your manifestation power. Create what I call coherence anchors, physical objects or spaces deliberately charged with your intended frequency. Select objects that resonate with your desired reality and intentionally program them through focused attention. Hold the object while in a deep meditative state, transferring your intended frequency into its molecular structure. Place these objects strategically in your environment to create a network of coherence fields that continuously broadcast your intentions. Additionally, curate your social environment with surgical precision. One person operating at a low frequency can collapse your carefully constructed wave function of possibility. The mind's ability to influence matter is a practical skill that can be developed through specific mental technologies. But there's an ancient system of 7 secret keys that will transform how you use your thoughts forever. Click the video on your screen to take your power to a new level. Every decision you make creates a new reality. The choice is yours.